everybody. My name is Marcia Hawkins. I'm a licensed health and life agent in over 30 states. And today I'm going to give you a quick update on some new products, what to do to prepare for open enrollment, and also life insurance if you're interested. All right, I'm going to start off quickly with the open enrollment. It starts in most states November 1st, and we are on the cusp of that. I just want to give you just some helpful hints how you can prepare for open enrollment. One way is to make sure you know who's going to be on your new plan for 2022, what your tax filing status is. If you're married, you do need to file a joint return with your spouse. Otherwise, you're not going to be eligible for a premium tax credit. Premium tax credit helps you pay for your monthly health insurance premium. So it's a very important thing to know. Secondly, you're also going to want to find out whether or not you've had an increase or a decrease in your yearly income. That's going to be important because that also is going to determine what your premium tax credit is going to be for 2022. And of course, you want to get the most that you can out of your premium tax credit. So have all that information, have all your dependents that you put on your tax return, make sure you have all their social security numbers. If you have a list of doctors, medications that you take, you want to make sure that that plan, and I'm here to tell you, not every plan, every doctor's on those plans, and likewise with medications. So you want to make sure that you have a pretty detailed list, whether you're working with me or working with another agent, just to make sure that you have all of that information ready to go so we can expedite your application and find out what we can do for you for 2022. So that's just some helpful hints for 2022. This year, we have up till January 15th to apply in most states, which means if you opt to not do it before December 31st, that's okay. However, your coverage won't begin until February 1st versus January 1st. So that's very, very important. Okay, moving on to life insurance. I just signed with a couple of other carriers, one of which I'm really excited about. If you're looking for final expense, I can write a policy up to $30,000 whole life, which is what I recommend that you do, whole life. It's whole life is referred to as permanent insurance. And what are some of the benefits of permanent insurance? Having whole life allows you to kind of lock in that monthly premium, which is very, very important. You want to make sure that you know exactly what that's going to cost you every month. You know, a lot of times people will call me, not to say when it's too late, but kind of when it's too late, when they're, much older, they start experiencing health issues. If you are a young person who's either recently married, had a baby, or bought a house, or all three of the above, it's in your best interest to meet with an agent and find out specifically what you need. I'm sure, like me, you have gone on to Facebook and saw there were people raising money through GoFundMe for an untimely death and needing assistance with being able to pay for a funeral. That's not ideal for most people. And, getting coverage when you're in your 30s and 40s is far more affordable than waiting till you're in your 50s and 60s. One thing I really like about this new plan is that you can add your grandchildren on it if you happen to be purchasing it when you're a little bit older and you have grandchildren. Also, it doubles for accidental death with no additional cost to you, which is kind of unheard of. And I also love the fact that if you are a smoker, it will afford you 3 years worth of coverage at a non-smoker rate. That is crazy. Nobody does that. Love this new plan that I'm writing for. I would love to get on a call and explain to you. We don't need to necessarily meet. We can do it via Zoom or on the phone, and I can explain everything to you. Instant approval. And we can find out in a matter of minutes whether or not you qualify for the plan. And that's important. You want to make sure that when you purchase insurance, it's actually going to be there when you go to use it. A couple of other things, if you're not looking, maybe you're just thinking about maybe doing a funeral program with life insurance, but you're kind of concerned that maybe a year ago you had, maybe thyroid cancer or something, and you're now fully in remission and been deemed cancer-free. Unfortunately, for underwriting in life insurance, you would probably not qualify. However, I do have a new program for you. It's a great program. The cost is a little less than $11 per month per person. It will cover your it covers everything other than your burial. Burials plots are actually real estate, and it varies from state to state, county to county, town to town. So they do not cover that. However, cremation, embalming, casket services, all of that is included. You put 7 people on your plan for $75 a month in most states, 5 states, it's $50. Puerto Rico, California, New York, South Carolina, and I'm missing one, Puerto Rico, California, Florida. And so it's only $50 in those states it's deemed less expensive for funerals in those states, which is kind of a surprise to me. But needless to say, if you live in those states, it's only $50 a month. So you purchase the plan and you're allowed to put 6 additional people onto that plan for $75. You do need to purchase 3 months in advance with a $20 application fee. The only criteria is that you cannot be terminally ill. After 3 days, it will cover for tragic death, accidental death, or suicide. And then after 6 months, it will cover all other causes of death, meaning natural causes. So it's a very, very interesting program. We got a lot of people super interested in it, and we would be happy to, get on a call with you, and I can go through and explain the program a little bit better. So if you're thinking that maybe you're looking for getting that final expense covered and insurance is not the way you want to go, then I'd be happy to show you how that works as well. And then finally, if you're not, you're not offered health insurance through your job, and you don't qualify for the Affordable Care Act, maybe you don't file taxes jointly, maybe you make too much money to qualify for a premium tax credit, and you're healthy. Private insurance, unlike Obamacare plans, they do accept people with pre-existing conditions. However, they do not accept people with pre-existing health conditions in most cases for private health insurance. But I've got a couple of neat programs for you that we can look at. I prefer to write medically underwritten health insurance plans so that they know exactly what's in your MIB report. Your MIB report is much like your credit report, except it's about your health. And it allows them to take a peek into your MIB report, see what kind of medications you've been prescribed, whether you've filled them or not, or any type of thing that you may have been diagnosed with that maybe you have forgotten. But it's kind of a safety net by going through medical underwriting to ensure that that plan will be there for you if, God forbid, you need to make a claim and you end up in the hospital. So kind of an important factor. So I just kind of wanted to kind of go over all of that with you right now, given the fact that we are getting to the end of the year. It's a great time to take inventory about specifically, kind of what's going on in your life. Maybe you've been thinking about health insurance, a change. Maybe you were thinking about life insurance. Maybe you were thinking about your final expense. Another great product to think about is maybe mortgage and income protection. If you're the sole breadwinner, and even if you're not, if you're not the sole breadwinner, however, you're at home and you're taking care of children, you want to make sure that if something were to happen to you, that somebody would have the resources to be able to provide care for your children and your family in the event of your absence. So that's something else to think about as well. Mortgage protection. Most people, their biggest expense of the month is their mortgage payment. Nice time to be thinking about what you would do if you needed to have that mortgage paid off in the event that the main breadwinner or any of the income providers were to pass, and making sure that you had adequate coverage. So we can take a look at that as well. And then in addition to that, we can kind of take a look and see what income replacement would look like for you in the event that someone passed away. A lot of people don't realize that most insurance now, life insurance, comes with what's called living benefits. And simply what that means is it allows you to kind of cash out a portion of that policy in the event that you are diagnosed with a critical or terminal illness. So that's a very, very key point. Most people, if they were diagnosed with cancer or had a heart attack, they may not have the resources to cover their bills while they were out of work. And most short-term disability doesn't kick in for at least 90 days. So something else to think about as well. All right, everybody, this is Marcia Hawkins. You can reach me at Marcia J. Hawkins at gmail.com. That's Marcia J. Hawkins, HAWKINS at gmail.com. And I would be happy to help you. Thank you so much.